Day 4, Game 4 of the Ottawa NPA session. Mickey Ismikra here alongside Elias Sabate to call what should be a great matchup between two programs in the rise, between Dynasty Sports Institute and Royal Crown. Both of these programs have their own star transfers that have been shaking up the NPA since they joined. On the Dynasty side, we've got Abubakar Traore. We matched up against Royal Crown and Josh Primo. Primo, of course, had himself quite a ball game in his debut for Royal Crown last night, making it rain from three and showing off all of his guard skills, while Abubakar, we know, is probably the most athletic player in the league. Great footwork and finesse on drives, really high upside. What do you think about that matchup between those two?
Man, we alluded to it yesterday. I think the length and the athleticism matches up really nice here. We're going to have a lot of those highlight reel type plays. There's Jaden Cole forced to dash one up at the end of the clock. Look at the speed here of Arnaud.
An off
quick play for Dylan Gorey.
We got a lob on the first play here. You know, Arnaud Conan, one of the faster point guards we have here, always looking to push in transition. Here's Zayden Cross for three off the dribble. Professional scorer is Zayden Cross. Can light it up from outside or in. You know, we saw him fill it up from distance beyond the arc in the game last night. Hot shooting continues for Zayden.
Easy finish, man. Abubakar, he's got that special level of explosiveness. The fast twitch, the burst, that's something that really makes him different from everybody else in the league. I don't think that there's anyone with that type of quick switch.
Yeah, and on top of that, he really has the body control and sense of how he's moving. You know, he's very rarely out of control, always has a game plan. He can make things happen on drives and in tight spaces.
And Dynasty opting to start with two bigs on the floor this time, and you saw Gorey there trying to get one off against Weebly, but Weebly's physical strength down low is going to be a problem here.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision to try and post it up on a big like Jaden Weebly, but Dynasty able to get it to go to finish by Lassina Traore.
And there might be 100-pound difference in that matchup between Gorey and Weebly.
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration at all. Gorey, one of the lankier bigs we have. You know, if he can fill out that frame, he can really make an impact at the next level.
A perfect project piece. You know, if there's a U Sports program or a Division I program that can afford to, you know, wait a year for him to get his body physically ready, there's Primo knocking it down.
Nice pull-up jumper there by Primo. And there we have Conan bringing it down the other way to Traore working baseline. Looks like we got an offensive foul call here. Referee saying that Traore extended the off arm on the drive. Good positional defense there by Jasmar Alembe. Got no basket on the play. So far, the pace of this game has been at a breakneck speed. Expect that to continue here. Both of these teams like to push the pace and apply pressure on D. Nice steal by Lassina Traore as Dynasty pushes. Abubakar, two-handed slam in transition. Traore to Traore connection for the fast break flush. Another steal by Dynasty. Arnaud Conan pushing. George Fomba with the layup. Dynasty early start. Got a Royal Crown timeout here. 7 minutes, 18 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Dynasty up to an early 10-5 lead. We'll be back shortly.
The NPA started the season on Canada's East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Big time shot, Jordan. No.
Our next stop was Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, stick back champs.
Then we started 2020 in Calgary, Alberta.
Up top. Oh, two-handed alley-oop slam.
Before landing with a bang in Montreal, Quebec.
Oh!
20,000 kilometers later, our sights are now set on Ottawa, Ontario, where all 12 NPA teams battle for playoff position. The path to NPA Nationals go through our nation's capital. Time is almost up to find out who is the next man up. The NPA started the season on Canada's East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Big time.
Arnaud Conan, floor general for Dynasty Sports Institute, really helping them spark an early 10-5 lead, pushing it in transition, play after play.
Now, Arnaud can defend the position extremely well. You know, Primo's going to be tested here by his length, by his agility, his ability to stay in front of the ball handler and move well laterally.
Yeah, I feel like if it wasn't for Kellen Tynes being in the league here, we'd be talking about Arnaud Conan as one of the better perimeter defenders that we have in the NPA. As you alluded to, quick feet, quick hands as well, really creates turnovers in bunches.
And what we saw from Kellen Tynes in that final game of their season was special, man. He came up with a game-high 6 steals, and his average for steals is going to jump up again past an already ridiculous 5 per game.
Yeah, you know, you hear 5 steals per game. That sounds like an unsustainable rate. But Kellen Tynes has done this for 2 NPA seasons in a row, back-to-back steals leader, really just setting records on the defensive end.
That is not a normal number. That is not a number that is typical of point guards.
Now you think to the NBA and other leagues, typical leaders will be somewhere in the 2.5 range. So to have that over double that, impressive.
Yep, and then his assist-to-turnover ratio has improved a ton as well, 4-1.
Yeah, definitely playing under great control on the offensive end.
Trayor
with the dish to Lassina. Trayor, one-hand slam coming baseline. Abubakar Trayor showing off the playmaking ability that we saw flashes of in yesterday's game as well.
And the Royal Crown boys need to pick it up defensively. They seem to be falling asleep, and they're not even in position from a physical standpoint, not in stance.
You know, you talk about the physicality here. Dynasty Sports Institute, one of the more physical teams we have here. Play in Quebec, where a lot more contact is allowed on a game-to-game play. It's going to take Royal Crown a little bit of time to adjust to that physicality, it seems like.
Excellent ball handling here from Arnaud Conan. Quick change of direction. He can shake a lot of guys off of him, man. There's not a lot that can stay in front. Utilizing the screen here.
Excellent dish down to Gorey. Gets it to go over the contestant, Jaden Weebley.
And this is now the 3rd possession of the game where you've seen Arnaud catch a high screen, and basically off of that there's action going on in the background on the baseline as Dylan Gorey has been slicing towards off of a back screen going on there as well. So there's a lot of really good off-ball movement that's going to allow these guys to get buckets.
Yeah, great job there by Gorey, as you point out, not to just be standing there, catching his man ball watching and finding an opening. You know, the inexperience of this Royal Crown team, something you can take advantage of, especially on those off-ball sets. Another turnover here as Dynasty is ratcheting up the pressure and forcing Royal Crown to make quick decisions with the ball. Conan operating out of the screen and roll again. Hits him, Karim Afaba, who can't catch it. Here's Royal Crown going the other way. Josh Primo challenges Abubakar Trayor, draws the foul, and will head to the line for 2. I like the hustle there by Abubakar. Hustling back, almost gets there in time for the block. Forces Primo to earn it at the line. Primo off on the first one, making Abubakar's foul look like a good one. Gets the second one to go. And Elias, Josh Primo's a guy we got the chance to see make his NPA debut last night. had a good game on the score sheet with 23 points. What did you think of him in this Royal Crown jersey?
Well, first of all, I thought it was an easy 23 for him. I didn't think that he didn't force any possessions. He could have went off for more, but I thought he wanted to get other guys involved, which is very unselfish for him. And what I'm seeing in the opportunity at Royal Crown and what I saw at Basketball Without Borders during NBA All-Star Weekend, he's having an opportunity to run some point here. And the combo position at the guard spot is going to be one that he takes on even more in college.
Yeah, already a knockdown shooter. Good to see him work on his facilitation skills and make himself just more of a dangerous weapon in more different ways of the game. Good defense there by Primo to deflect the shot. Cedric Lath scoops up the loose ball and puts it in for 2. Another big body from Dynasty making an early impact.
And you notice Dynasty's not allowing Royal Crown to set up their defense here. They're choosing the tempo, and on the other side, it's not matched. Not a lot of off-ball movement for Royal Crown. A lot of ball watching as Josh Primo just tries to create his own shot.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of waiting for him to make something happen. You know, as you pointed out, Dynasty is really the one in control of this game from a tempo point of view. Pushing in transition at every opportunity and applying pressure anytime Royal Crown crosses the half court. Here's Colombo controlling the ball. Great defense by Isaiah Adam, forces him baseline and out of bounds. Adam coming off of the bench for Royal Crown, providing an early spark. That's what we saw a lot of from him last night.
Last night also Zayden Cross really letting off some long bombs. I think he ended up 4 of 6 from the three-point line. He's a guy who can get it done pretty much at every level, scoring it.
Yep, and we saw Juval Miles during one of the breaks telling Zayden that he's got to get involved in this game. Haven't seen him touch the ball too often on the offensive end. Here's Zayden with the ball now, called for the travel. Seemed like he wasn't ready for it as he caught it there.
Yeah, and to be in position in that low athletic stance to be able to rip and go, he could have got his man off the bounce there.
Yeah, it just took too long to get low, traveled in the process. Here's Conan on the drive. Count it, and the foul. Arnaud Conan, so shifty on those drives, able to draw contact. And here we have Jasmar Olembe checking in for Royal Crown, in for Zayden Cross. And something that stands out about Arnaud is when he has the ball, he's always so low to the ground, ready to make a quick move and explode anytime he finds a gap. Can't get the free throw to fall. Jasmar Olembe with the rebound.
I thought Olembe was really good in Montreal. In this session, maybe it's the extra ball handler on the floor. Maybe it's not the ball not being in his hands as much. He's changed up the dynamic of this offense. I think he's excellent off ball. Just needs to buy into that a little bit as Primo, eats up some of that ball handling responsibility.
Yeah, and Jasmar is a guy that I've seen play off ball previously in a pretty comfortable role. Thinking back to the summer when he was playing with Team Ontario in the 15U Canada National Championships, playing shooting guard next to Anthony W., who's on CTA Red now, able to knock down some shots from 3 and get involved as a secondary playmaker. And here's Primo with the ball on the wing. Step back 3, no good. Dynasty is giving Primo no space anytime he gets the ball. I'm not sure he's really even made it inside the perimeter, inside the three-point line in this game. Dynasty off to a red-hot start so far, up 18-6 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, or in the first quarter, rather. Arnaud Conan.
My goodness.
Looks like the refs are waving this one off. Offensive interference.
Now, if there was offensive interference, it's not the job of the baseline referee to be looking up for that. One of the top referees should have called that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but in FIBA, aren't you allowed to make a play on the ball? I guess he touched the rim, but not the ball. Maybe that's why they called it there. Still looked like that one was going to go in even without the contact. Excellent move there by Conan, and nice lefty touch. A lot of English, a lot of French on that one. Here's Conan hounding Primo on the perimeter. Ooh, hand in the cookie jar there for Arnaud. Josh saw him reach in, took the shot in the process. Primo back to the line here, shooting 2. Primo gets the first one to go. Two for 2 is Josh Primo. We got a sub coming in for Dynasty. Lassina Traore checking back in for Matthew Colombo. And Lassina provided some good early minutes. You know, another nice addition for this Dynasty squad, giving them another strong, big presence inside. Here's Conan probing. Gets to the lane. Deflected, stolen by Weebly. Primo kicks it to Alembe on the wing. Isaiah Adam driving baseline, reverse layup, and he gets it to go. And one through the swiping arm of Dylan Gorey. Isaiah Adam heads to the line as Royal Crown tries to claw their way back into this. You know, we just had a chance to look at the live replay on our monitors here of that Arnaud Conan layup, and it looks like there was no contact there on the rim by Cedric Lath. And
that could be a huge difference at the end of the game. If this ends up being a one-possession game or a two-possession game, that could really kill it. And again, that's why everybody needs to play their role.
Exactly. As you said, the referee who made the call wasn't the one that's supposed to in that situation. Galvin Luqueta recovers a loose ball for Dynasty here. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, no-look feed from Conan to Gorey, who gets the right-hand hook to go over the left shoulder. Dylan Gorey, Arnaud Conan have a nice connection going here in this first quarter.
And Arnaud's passing has been right on a string, man. He's right on target. He puts them in easy situations or high-percentage situations.
Yeah, Conan, a guy who struggled a bit in this session so far, looking dominant in this early first quarter. Out of bounds, ball stays with Dynasty. Here we got another sub, Matthew Colombo coming in for Arnaud Conan, who's getting a well-deserved rest after some excellent play to help Dynasty get this 10-point early lead. Fombo with the ball in the corner. Here's Lassina Traore from the elbow, no good. Fombo with the rebound. Dylan Gorey again, gets it to go, and the foul. Dylan Gorey having himself a quarter. Jaden Weebly called for the foul. Dylan Gorey going to attempt the three-point play here. This is the most aggressive I've seen him play.
And then this is what Dynasty's going to really, really need from him. He's got to be able to look to be a scorer, not just a guy who's going to block and alter shots. He takes himself out of the game sometimes as an offensive weapon, and then, you know, teams don't feel like he's a threat.
Yeah, he's a guy who sometimes gets pushed around inside because of his small frame, and when that happens, he tends to take a step back instead of pushing back on those. Big block by Lassina Traore. Dynasty recovers. Colombo driving left. Ball knocked loose. Royal Crown ball. Zayden Cross checking back in for Royal Crown. He had himself a quiet first shift. Let's see if he can get himself going in these final 52 seconds of the first quarter. Jalen Spencer kicks it, stolen by Lucina Traore. Famba comes up with it, back to Lucina, gets the layup to go.
And there's been a lot of players today that have made plays at the rim, went up to dunk attempt, and have missed a lot of dunks. In that situation there on the last possession for Dynasty, could have been a dunk attempt. Had he dunked it, misfooted, would have bounced off of the rim. Instead, decides to go for the easy two. And I think that level of awareness from these prospects, you got to make sure to get the easy two as opposed for the home run play.
No doubt, and I understand the temptation to go for the dunk while the camera's baseline and, the opportunity to get a highlight reel clip, but 2 points come first every time, and if you're not 100% certain you're going to get the dunk to fall, play it safe and go for the easy two on the layup. Here we have Josh Primo at the line here, looking to cut into this Dynasty lead. Dynasty up 25-15 here in the first quarter, 24 seconds left on the game clock. Nice trap there by Royal Crown, almost come away with the steal. And now they do, Primo with the ball. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jaden Cole from the wing, no good. Cedric Lath comes away with it, 5 seconds to go on the game clock. From half court, no good. Tumba up with it. And that is the end of our first quarter here. Excellent start to the game by Dynasty, 25-12. We'll be back after a short break.
It has to be beat down into your head. You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest before you are asked.
In the fall, rep tryouts set the stage, but not everyone makes the cut. Those who show well are awarded an opportunity and a chance to represent, but nothing else for now. The work is just beginning. Playing time is fought for, rep by rep, and practice after practice.
It has to be beat down into your head. You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest.
Second quarter here, set to tip off here in Notre Dame High School. Dynasty taking on Royal Crown, and Dynasty had as good of a first quarter as they could have drawn up. Royal Crown really struggling to get things going. What do you think it was that caused that big lead for Dynasty there?
Well, I think on the defensive end, they've been great. Number one, let's look at where they've held Royal Crown to, just 12 points in the first quarter. And a big thing with that is Royal Crown's stagnant offense. On the other end, almost got it to go. On the other end, if we're going by quarters here, Dynasty's on pace to score 100 points in this game. And a lot of that comes into play with their transition offense. Off of a defensive board, they're getting out and they're gunning. You got guys filling in their lanes. You're catching RC defenders on their heels, and that's really going to hurt them, because this is a young team that is not used to making defensive adjustments on the fly, and they don't communicate a whole lot, so they're going to get into some trouble.
Yeah, and you point out that Dynasty is really pushing the pace in this game so far. They've had a lot of moving pieces, a lot of new players joining the team throughout the year. Haven't really found much of an identity in terms of their style of play. Seems like they might have stumbled onto something that should work here and that they should try and continue to push in future games.
Yep. Last touch by White Dynasty. It's going to go back to Royal Crown. Good deflection there by RC. We're
seeing the Royal Crown defense ramp up its activity here. A lot of hands in the passing lanes to create that turnover. Here's Primo with the ball up top. All right. The ball is sticking to Royal Crown players' hands here. As Abubakar comes away with the rebound, kicks it ahead to Famba. Big slam, George Famba with the right hand off the kick-ahead pass by Abubakar Traore. This team is pretty tough to stop in open space. Acrobatic take by Primo. Impressive finish. Love the body control there on that drive.
The verticality is an element that he's added to his game. The core strength's getting better. Honestly, this offseason is so critical for Primo wherever he lands, whether it's Creighton, whether it's Oregon, whether it's Alabama, wherever he decides. His physical strength is going to play a huge factor at the next level. So this offseason for him is so important.
So based on what you're saying, it sounds like continuing to fill out and develop that body is priority number one for Josh.
I would say so. If he wants to have an effect at the next level immediately, you know, in yesterday's game, you saw him take some hits, and some of the bumps that he takes, they're going to come even harder at the next level. And that could risk injury, that could risk just overall poor possessions. No doubt, no questioning his skill here. That's not what I'm talking about at all. It's all about physical strength. He's about 20 pounds lighter than most guys at his position in college.
Yeah, and he's a guy who you hear buzz around as a one-year guy at the D1 level before he goes pro. And if he wants to, you know, fulfill that kind of potential, NBA, the physicality ramps up even further than we see at the NCAA.
I look at him as more of a 2-year guy. I know that the Draft Express guys saw him, loved him at NBA Basketball Without Borders. And of course, there's a lot of transferable traits, but that physical piece, I mean, can you imagine 2 years from now he's playing in the league?
Yeah, it's think about the big bodies that they have there and the speed of the game. We'll see how quickly he can develop and fill up. Isaiah Adams did a good job to draw the foul on that last play. Strong drive, right-hand side of the basket for 2. Gets the first one to go. One for 2 rather is Isaiah Adams. He misses the second free throw. Here's Arnaud Conon back in the game, looking to continue what's been a great ball game for him so far. Here's Famba, nice pass, Cedric Lath, 2-hand slam, and the foul. He is feeling himself after that one. Called for the technical foul with the taunt, but what a slam there by Lath for the 2.
And that's one thing that this team has had to deal with a lot. They pick up these pointless technical fouls, and the game's not so far out of reach that you can afford those type of possessions.
No, and it seems like the guys for Dynasty who do pick up those techs are new to how the game is being called in Canada. You know, Cedric Lath here from the Ivory Coast called for the technical foul there, taunting. Previously in Montreal, we saw Abubakar Traore, also here from the Ivory Coast, called for a couple different taunts and technical fouls, hanging on the rim, overzealous celebrations. So that's something that Coach Igor is going to have to drill into their heads. Got to stay disciplined on those type of plays if you want to go without costing your team some costly points. Cedric Lath trying to complete the 3-point play here. Nice shot there by Lath, gets it to go. Dylan Gorey checking in for Dynasty. You see Josh Primo pretty much playing point guard exclusively for Royal Crown in this game. Nice move by Primo behind the back, gets it to go. Showing off that handle, freeing himself up for the right-handed layup.
And if I'm his teammates right now, you know that he's going to be a ball-dominant guard in this game. But this gives you a prime opportunity to create as much action away from the ball as possible, because he does have the vision and is unselfish and will make the right play.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of standing around by Royal Crown in this one so far, kind of waiting for him to make something happen.
And they often get into this I gotta get mine mentality, and that's totally wrong. And that's not what Coach JaVale Miles has been preaching to them and coaching them in this style.
And we talked about it before, but a lot of the guys on this squad used to being on the other side of scores like this, all playing for top clubs and top programs at their respective levels and respective ages. So, when things go wrong, usually they're the guys that'll be tasked with taking over for their team. But, when you've got so many guys that can create like Royal Crown does, you got to make sure you spread the wealth a bit more and get everybody involved.
No doubt, man. We say it all the time. Team success breeds individual success. And you're seeing that from a team like Rothsay Netherwood School.
There's 5 seconds left on the clock. Zayden Cross from deep. Hits it at the buzzer. Big time shot by Zayden Cross. 3 balls still falling for him. Second 3 of the game for Zayden. Cuts the lead down to 10. Here's Lucetta trying to answer back. Air ball. Here's Zayden Cross with the rebound, pushing in transition. Finds Pitya in the corner. He's a guy who knocked down that 3 ball a couple of times last night. Would have liked to see him take that shot there. Instead, overthought it a bit and called for the travel.
Yeah, and I thought at one point he looked like he wanted to drive on the baseline. Now, in that situation, Zayden Cross came back over to the ball in the direction he passed. In those situations, you're doing one of two things. You're cutting through to create more space and get another guy rotating through, or you're setting a screen away from the ball. Those are basic concepts.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they're still getting used to, how to play off ball. A lot of these guys being the ball dominant force for their old teams. Good pressure there by Dynasty to create that turnover. Nice hustle there by Jalen Spencer. Almost comes back with it. Here's Lucetta with the ball on the wing. It's back to Colombo. Lucetta has the ball in the corner. You're seeing the intensity of Royal Crown's defense continue to be up there. Come away with the steal. Primo has the ball. Fouled.
Very easy call there.
Right in front of the referee. Looks like that foul puts Royal Crown in the bonus, sends Josh Primo back to the free throw line for 2. Primo has done an excellent job of drawing contact throughout this game. Primo struggling for the free throw line in these 2 games so far. Considering how pure his stroke is, it's pretty surprising to see that he can't get a 2-for-2 trip.
It's very unlike him to not connect on both. He split them this time.
And he's a guy who's played in a number of big tournaments, so it's not like the nerves are getting to him.
I think there's also a good chance he gets invited to Nike Hoop Summit this year.
You look at all the prospects that made it all the way down the line to the league or top D1 programs from that event. Primo hoping to add his name to the list there. And here we've got a timeout on the play midway through the second quarter. 32-23 Dynasty. We'll be back after a short break.
Who will be crowned national champion?
Canadian national image.
Abubakar Traore back in the game here for Dynasty. You know, with the big lead that Dynasty has had thus far, he's had himself a bit of a quiet ball game. You know, let's see if he can kind of ramp things up as Dynasty tries to answer a Royal Crown run. They've been on an 8-0 run in the second quarter so far.
And Traore and other players on this Dynasty squad are very capable of creating mass momentum for Dynasty with these electrifying plays. Royal Crown's got to make sure to be quickly responsive.
And, you know, as much as they can gain momentum on those big plays, also seeing them kind of zap away that momentum at the same time. Thinking back to that Cedric last dunk, that technical foul really seemed to be the last big play we saw on their end. Haven't really got things going on offense since.
And that's a big lesson for them to learn, Nick. You know, coming into nationals, they can't afford any of those opportunities. What if they're in a tight game and you pick up a tech? And this is nationals now we're talking. A lot on the line.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, in our nationals tournament, winning you're in, losing you're out. Knockout style tournament there. So every point, every possession really matters when you get to those high stakes games. Tombe Pitia goes 2 for 2 from the line. And Isaiah Adam forces the travel. Great defense there on Androl Cologne off the inbound. Momentum really starting to swing over in the other direction. Josh Primo inbounding the ball.
And you can hear the coaching staff here to our left, Coach JaVale Miles, very frustrated with his team for the turnovers and the, you know, some of the shot attempts that they've taken. Despite all that, these guys find themselves right in the mix here. It's an 8-point game.
Yep, and just on cue, we had another turnover there by Royal Crown on the illegal screen by Tombe Pitia. Here's Dynasty coming the other way. Another near turnover. Good defensive pressure here by Royal Crown. And, you know, Dynasty really a mistake-prone team on the offensive end. Lead the league in turnovers per game. Royal Crown trying to take advantage of that by putting them in positions where they have to make a quick decision. Here's Famba. Out to Tumba. Sina Traore above the break, way off. Primo comes away with the board. Zay Adams from the wing gets it to go. Dynasty or Royal Crown run continues. Cut this lead down to 5. This was a 17-point game not too long ago. Angelo Cologne pull up, no good. Famba with the offensive board. Gorey from distance, way off. Another offensive rebound by Dynasty. Referee waves off the basket, says that Sina Traore was in the key for 3 seconds. Turnover Dynasty. Royal Crown gets another chance to cut into this lead, maybe make this a 1-possession game.
The Royal Crown's done a really good job in terms of slowing down this Dynasty squad. They've only allowed 5 points here since the quarter started.
Here's Adam from the corner. Again, no good. Nice hustle, gets his own rebound and puts it in. Isaiah Adam. And things really seem to have turned around when he checked in off the bench for Royal Crown as he loses his footing there. Arnaud Canam back with the ball up top. Uses the Sina Traore screen, back to Traore. Kick out to Gorey from mid-range, no good. See, it looks like for Dynasty, they're really struggling on any attempt outside of the paint here.
I'm going to go ahead and say something here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's one of those moments. Arnaud Conan has the tightest handle. Does he have? Hold up, let me check that. I'm just going to review my memory's amnesia. Yeah, he does. He's got the tightest handle in Canadian basketball right now. Him and Kobe Elvis right up there.
Yeah, but that was a name I was going to mention as a candidate. You know, both of them so slithery. Nice strong take by Zayden Cross. Draws the foul. Cedric Lath was moving with him, but you could see the reach in there at the last second, drawing that foul, sending Zayden Cross to the line. We got 3:16 left to go in this first half. Second quarter has been all Royal Crown as they have quickly evaporated what was once a 17-point lead. Zayden Cross gets the first free throw to go. Two for two is Cross. Royal Crown only down by 1 here in the second quarter. Good pressure by Royal Crown. Ooh, called for the reach in. Like the trap, like the pressure, but a little bit too much hand, says the referee. Looks like that is going to send Conan to the line. Tough break for Royal Crown as they've really recaptured momentum in the second quarter. Conan gets the first one to go. Second free throw doesn't even hit the rim. Violation, Royal Crown ball. Royal Crown down by just 2 here. Have the opportunity to tie this up or take their first lead. Strong take Primo, right hand finish, no good. Here comes Dynasty the other way. Conan showing off some of that handle you were speaking to earlier.
And Jalen Spencer is actually one of the better defenders. I like the matchup with him on Arnaud. Let's see how he does on Arnaud.
Yeah, between Spencer and Adam patrolling the top of that trap there, not a lot of space for Conan to maneuver.
And all you can do is try to maintain him. Most of the time he's going to beat you off the first dribble. He's got an explosive first step, and that first step usually is enough to get by.
And here's Conan back with the ball. Famba, 3, no good. Bad shot there by Famba. Cross pushing the other way, no good. Lath comes away with the board. Excellent defense there by Primo. He knew exactly what Conan was going to do and got a hand on it. Jump ball, Royal Crown possession.
Timeout, please.
Looks like we've got Coach Juval Miles calling the timeout here. Royal Crown doing a great job getting themselves back in this ball game. They're down just 2. 2:28 to go in the half. We'll be back.
The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high school competition for elite-level basketball talent. The goal was simple: create a platform for Canadian student athletes to give them the best opportunity to earn scholarships for post-secondary education through the game of basketball. Since then, the NPA has grown to provide the best basketball exposure available at the high school level anywhere in the world. We do this by live streaming 90% of the league's nearly 100 games on our North Pole Hoops YouTube channel, ensuring high-level competition in front of post-secondary coaches from across North America, providing game-by-game statistics on every player in the league on our industry-leading website, npacanada.com, creating individual profiles for all of the league's players on Canada's top college recruitment site, northpolehoops.com, while sharing it all through the social media reach
We're back in second quarter action in the midst of a Royal Crown run. They have clawed their way back into this game, only down 2. My math is right. It is a 16-1 run. Zayden Cross can't get it to go.
A good job using his off arm there. The defender was holding on to him a little bit. He was able to stay protected and get to the rim.
Yeah, that's a situation where if he had a bit more muscle on him, probably would have been able to stay balanced and get that one to go.
It's a work in progress for these young guys. The body is going to come. There's going to be a lot of natural strength gained just merely off of age, but then any extra work that they choose to put in the weight room or you know, on a chin-up bar is going to really come into play.
Yeah, and for a lot of these guys, pretty much everyone on this roster except for Primo, this is their first time playing at the prep level. You know, so they're being exposed to bigger bodies than they're used to having to defend, and, you know, longer arms than they're used to having to contest them. So now that they have a full summer with all of that in mind, should only motivate them to work harder as they hit the weight room. Here's Cross with the ball up top. Addison Patterson defending. Primo thought about shooting that there. He got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Great patience and great handle there by Primo. Frees himself up for the runner. Royal Crown down 1. Luqueta open in the corner. Kicks it to Conan for a 3. No good. We've got a foul off ball here. Looks like that is going against Dynasty. Addison Patterson caught holding on to Josh Primo under the net. Primo back to the line. He's really made a living on the free throw line here.
And the offense from Royal Crown Academy starting to get more active. You've seen Jaden Cole setting up a lot of high screens and moving off of it.
Tie game here, 34-34. Royal Crown has a chance to get their first lead of the ball game if this one goes in. And of course, I jinxed it there. No free throw for Primo. Royal Crown has been struggling to take full advantage of these fouls here.
And he's 50% on the day from the free throw line, 3 of 6. Very unlike him.
Here's Colombo driving left. Good swarming defense by Royal Crown. Luqueta from above the break, no good. I think we have a push-off foul there on Cedric Lath. Fouls starting to pile up for Dynasty. You know, we touched on this a bit earlier, but Dynasty coming from Quebec, where we find the game is called a lot looser and allowed to be a lot more physical than we've seen in Ottawa thus far. Dynasty having a bit of a hard time adjusting to this. Thinking back to their first game of the session, I believe they had 3 guys foul out in one game. So, you know,
that
still a bit of a learning curve. Yeah. And, you know, you can see it in their faces. You know, they don't understand why a lot of these are being called fouls, because where they usually play, that's fair game. But, you know, got to learn and got to adjust. But so far, Royal Crown not taking full advantage. Another missed free throw here as we're stuck at 34-34.
So a total of 6 free throws missed as an entire team for Royal Crown Academy. And in a game this tight, you know, it's going to make you wonder, man, if we made those, would we have been in the game?
And you know, if Dynasty's able to come away with this win, that's going to be the first thing that Coach Miles points to when they look at why they lost. Got 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Royal Crown up with a narrow 35-34 lead in what's been a dominant second quarter for them. Here's Primo, pull-up 3. No good. Rebound, Addison Patterson. You know, you can hear the Dynasty bench yelling, finish strong here. They want to be able to come away from this quarter with a lead. Bad pass there. Traore not able to come up with it. Ball going the other way. 19.4 seconds on the clock. Royal Crown ball. Zayden Cross bringing it up here. As Royal Crown looks to extend their lead. Zayden for three. It's good. Pull up three. Stops on a dime. Gets it to go. Royal Crown leaves the half with a 4-point lead, 38-34. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Starting with our foundation, that is the Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place from April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
Who will be crowned national champion?
And Jacoby's going to try to measure this one up, looking for a made-to-measure suit.
Fourth quarter of action is brought to you by Indochino, where right now, using promo code HOOPS, you can get a custom-made, made-to-measure suit that a number of our coaches get fitted up. 10 showrooms across Canada, 6 of them where we have teams in the NPA. Match made in heaven. Indochino and the NPA.
Indochino, the national sponsor of the NPA. We are excited to have you as a sponsor. We're excited for what you're doing and what your brand brings to our league. The prestige of your brand, the prestige of our league from coast to coast.
The guys at Indochino were amazing when I got fitted. I can't thank you guys enough.
Indochino making me look good, that's all I gotta say. It's not always an easy task. Very grateful that you guys are taking care of me and having me look a little bit better.
I really thank you for putting the time in and believing in what we're doing with the young men and just, again, establishing ourselves in not only the basketball community, but the community that we live in.
Thank you, Indochino.
He has this like ferociousness to his game, this wanting to take the opponent's heart out. That, you know, it sounds really vulgar, but that's what it is. Like, that's what the elite guys, they compete in that sense. And I think that's what Addison has. It's that killer instinct that sets him apart.
My name is Addison Patterson, the #1 player in the country. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always putting work in. I always had a goal, I always had a dream. Spending countless hours in the gym. If I couldn't get in the gym, I was outside hooping on the outside courts, doing whatever I could just to make it out and make a better way for my family and my loved ones. You know, as I grow and play basketball more and more, start to have more and more workouts throughout the days, 2 a days, 3 days. It's getting more important to take care of my body. I've really gotten better at the recovery part of basketball and getting proper rest and you know, really the off-the-court stuff that prepares me when it's time to go train or play that game. I'm taking care of my body and making sure I'm well prepared. You know, I've been really just trying to get in the gym with guys that are at that next level, NBA players, D1, high major athletes, really just trying to prepare myself and push myself and not be comfortable.
My name's Roderick Patterson. I'm Addison's father.
My name is Jackie Patterson, and I'm Addison's mom. Addison, ever since he was a baby, he's always been a super sweet, calm, kind soul, and he's still the same way now.
When he first started playing basketball, I mean, he was determined, even from dribbling, to be a perfectionist.
He's just always been really competitive and sets huge goals. I knew he was going to be something really special.
Whether it was raining outside, snowing, morning, night, he was always outside, always training.
My name is Leah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little sister.
I'm Elijah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little brother. He's amazing. He helps us out with a lot of stuff, even when he's not home, because he's like at school a lot in America. Like, we still call each other, and we're still in touch. Like, he's a really good older brother. I think he's gonna make it really far.
I think he's gonna do really good too, and I think he's gonna reach to go into a higher level and go into the NBA.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I work here at Big House Cuts. I've been Addie's barber for a few years now. From we knew him, he was about 11. He was quiet, always quiet, didn't say much. The only time I've ever seen him show like much emotion is when I see videos of him playing basketball.
What separates Addison Patterson from the rest of the class?
Well, I think the size for position. He now stands at 6'7" and is a scoring guard. He could be played as a 2 or a 3. You know, he's very versatile in his scoring ability. He could start from the perimeter, usually operates from the 45 angles when he starts his penetration. And he had this innate killer instinct that I think was, you don't see it in players often. I mean, it's rare. You find it in guys like Jamal Murray, AJ Lawson, Jacoby Neath, RJ Barrett, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So he's with the company of a lot of elite guys mentally. Addie's one of the best scorers we've seen in Canada. And you know, that translates to the next level automatically. If you can put the ball in the basket, then you will have success. The fact that he's now playing defense on top of that and at a high level, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that he will have ultra success at the next level.
Second half action set to kick off here in what's been a tale of 2 quarters in the first half. Dynasty Institute came out firing in the first quarter against Royal Crown, building up a strong lead. Royal Crown answered in the second, tying it up and eventually coming out with a 4-point lead. Elliot, what did you think of that first half?
Well, I think they did at the end of the second half, Royal Crown did an excellent job, just picking up on the defensive end. It's mainly just effort. They held, you know, I don't know if you just mentioned it there, they held Dynasty to 5 points in the quarter. That is a very important number right there. And if they can put together another quarter like that or something similar, it gives them a fighting chance. And right now it seems like their offensive flow is a lot better than what it was in the first quarter.
Yeah, in the first quarter we saw a lot of stickiness when it came to the ball. You know, passes were few and far between. A lot of dribbling, a lot of standing around, but we see they're more on the same page and more aggressive, less side to side, more north-south on their attacks. And you know, there's been a lot of this here as well. Josh Primo at the free throw line. He does a great job of using the threat of his shot to trick or to get defenders to overcommit, to play them tight, then blowing right past them. You know, we talked about it, but he's shooting about 50% on his free throws so far. You know, if he's able to knock down more of those, we'd be looking at an even bigger Royal Crown lead. Here he gets the pair to fall. Royal Crown now up 6, the start of the second half. And, you know, something we were talking about a bit during the break is that Abubakar Traore hasn't played too many minutes here for Dynasty. Really, he's the leading scorer and rebounder since joining the squad. I'm not sure if he's nursing an injury or if something happened, but definitely a surprising thing to see.
I think it's something disciplinary. You know, maybe he's out of hand offensively and they're trying to tame him. I know that's something that Coach Igor Uegma was talking about. Step back here from Primo, money.
Cash money. That stroke is something. Famba called for the walk here. You know, that's really been Achilles' heel for Dynasty throughout their NPA action. Unforced turnovers. You know, not a lot of pressure being applied to Famba there, but still took too many steps. So Lembe long 2, no good. Lassina Traore comes out with the rebound ahead to Arnaud Conan. Here's Conan weaving down the sideline.
His change of speed is really something special. It's not something you get with a lot of point guards, especially when utilizing a handle that tight.
Yeah, you see he likes to probe until he finds that gap, then just bam, attacks right through it.
See the use of his hesitation as well. He dips a little bit, gets the defender to change levels, and then can get by. Another player actually in comparison that used to do that a lot is Joel Brown. Joel Brown's currently a freshman for Cal in the Pac-12.
Yeah, Joel Brown, one of the top Canadians in the NCAA. A lot of experience playing for the national team at younger levels as well. So
And similarly to Arnaud, both of those players, both Joel and Arnaud, took a little bit longer to develop their jump shot because they relied for so long on their handle. Now Arnaud, I believe, is a couple of steps ahead of Joel, which puts him at an advantage.
Yeah, and Arnaud also still has some more time to hone that jump shot at this level. Class of 2021 point guard. And here we see Lassina Traore at the free throw line looking to complete a three-point play. Gets it to go. For a big man of his size, seems to have a good stroke at the line, which is important as he's likely to draw a lot of contact. (42-38) Royal Crown lead early in the third quarter. And here we see Jaden Weebly calling for it in the post. He had himself a big game yesterday against Thetford, using his size advantage on Dylan Gorey, pushing him under the rim, then turning for the right-handed hook.
Good placement on the pass and really good setup by Weebly as well. Recognizing that there was a major advantage physically, and he just bodied.
Yeah, and if I'm Royal Crown, I'm going back to that matchup every time until Dynasty does something different. Arnaud out of control, but looks like Royal Crown is called for the foul. I think that might have been on Jaden Cole from behind. Isaiah Adam was in good position, but referee saying Cole pushed Conan into Isaiah. Jaden Cole being checked out of the game after that play. In instead is Jalen Spencer, lockdown perimeter defender for Royal Crown. Looks like Coach Miles wasn't satisfied with the defense that Cole was providing. Brings in a specialist here to try and ramp up on that end. Missed free throw here for Arnaud Conan. One more to go on this trip.
It's so interesting the way that these games have been shaping up with regards to matchups. You don't like. I can't tell you walking into this that I felt that Royal Crown was going to have a lead on these guys considering their size and length and athleticism. And then you've seen Dynasty go head-to-head with teams like TBA, CTA in close games. So, I mean, it's really all over. Anybody can get beat on any given night.
Yeah, the parity in this league has been something that has made these games so enjoyable throughout the course of the season. And, should only make for an exciting few days at Nationals, less than a month away. Where, if you get hot on the right night, you got to go on the right game, you could be walking away with a national championship. Here's Zayden Cross attacking from up top, drives left, draws the contact. He'll be heading to the free throw line for two.
That's a really good take. He does a good job protecting on his way to the rim and extends wide.
That's something I'd like to see a bit more of Zayden Cross. Sometimes it feels like in the half court, he settles for a lot of jumpers, doesn't really get all the way to the rim, but there he wouldn't be stopped until he drew the foul.
And right now you don't see him getting all the way to the rim due to a lack of lower body strength. And again, that's the physical maturity that's going to come over the course of the offseason if he so chooses. If he so chooses to spend some time working on that area.
Yeah, because he has the handle and feel to do it.
Oh, he's going to be a bona fide scorer at the next level. If we're projecting, there's no doubt about that. But it's going to take some time.
Looks like we had error with the shot clock here, resulting in a stop of play. Here's Lassina Traore, face-up attack, strong spin move, can't get it to go. Like the attack there by Traore. Isaiah Adam the other way, draws the foul. Nice, strong, aggressive take by Isaiah Adam in transition. Great game for him so far. He's been instrumental in this Royal Crown comeback.
And same way for Zayden Cross. I think on the lead pass, it's one thing for the guy to make a run, and Adams did make the right read there, and it's another for that pass to get hit. Nothing more beautiful in transition than that lead pass. 2-3 steps away, make your man chase it down.
Yeah, anytime your man has to slow down, even for just a step, can really take away from a transition opportunity. Say Adam gets the free throws to go, extends this lead out to 9 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nice passing there by Dynasty, gets the ball to Cedric Lath. It's like we had a foul on the ground, stop the play. And Royal Crown is in the penalty after that foul, sending Cedric Lath to the line for 2. Lath gets the first free throw to go. One for 2 as Primo comes away with the rebound. Spencer pulls up for 3. No good. I like that shot attempt there by Spencer. Can't get it to fall. Here's Dynasty coming the other way. Looks like he dribbled it off the foot of Spencer. Or maybe off of his own foot there, as referees say it's Royal Crown ball. Six minutes, 15 seconds here to go in the third quarter. Royal Crown extending what was a 4-point halftime lead up to 9 here. Here's Zayden Cross driving left. Fadeaway. Jay gets it to go. Stops on a dime. Gets the fadeaway to go from the left baseline. And good defense here by Zayden Cross on the other end, getting a hand on the pass and sending it out of bounds. We've got Tombe Pitia checking in for Royal Crown and for Jaden Weebley. Pitia had himself a really good game last night against Thetford, struggling to get it going in this one so far.
And still no sign of Abubakar. I was really looking forward to this Primo versus Abubakar matchup.
Yeah, definitely makes me think something must have happened that we didn't notice. This is far from their normal rotation. Fourth attempt by Lassina Traore goes. Great work on the offensive board there by him. Not giving up until he got that basket to go. Here's Cross from 3 on the other end. No good. And Lassina Traore with a big rebound. Here's Famba. Kicks it to Colombo for 3. No good. Cross comes down with the board. You can hear Coach Miles pleading for his team to push it every opportunity. Zayden Cross took his sweet time to get it up there. And here we've got a travel call on Isaiah Adam. Colombo bringing the ball back up for Dynasty here. They really need someone to step up. And that someone could be Abubakar Traore, who just checked into the game. You know, you can tell that that was a longer absence than he's used to. I'm sure Abubakar Traore is going to come out firing, try and make up for missed time here. Primo versus Conan. This has been a great matchup between the 2 point guards so far. Nice pass, Primo, down to Pitia in the lane. Can't get it to go. Good defense there by Lassina Traore.
I'm starting to see a lot more of that combo roll from Primo. You could see his vision, his setup. Ooh, and a nice take. No good for Arnaud.
And Lassina Traore, he is doing his part for this team. One of the mid-season transfers for Dynasty.
2 Traores and they're not even related.
Speaking to the Dynasty head coach, he said that's the equivalent of a Smith or a Thompson when it comes to last names in the Ivory Coast. Tough shot, Primo, no good. Abubakar with the rebound. Behind the back pass to Famba. Over to Traore. Big block by Pitia. Traore back up, blocked again. Tombe Pitia staying strong as Royal Crown pushes the other way. Josh Primo can't get it to go. And here's Abubakar in transition. We know he's dangerous here. Tough layup, no good. Lassina Traore with the rebound and putback layup. Lassina Traore, his fingerprints all over this third quarter here as he is working on the glass to keep Dynasty in this one. Kick ahead pass out to Abubakar on the break. Good defense there by Isaiah Adam, getting a hand on that play. Timeout, Royal Crown here on the play. They are up 4 with 3:14 to go. Stay tuned.
Who will be crowned national champion?
Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100+ top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential.
Dynasty with the ball in the half court here as we're back for third quarter action. Offensive rebound by Cedric Lath, and that's really what's been keeping Dynasty in this ball game, taking advantage of the major size that they have in the front court, not just in terms of height, but bigger bodies as well, crashing the offensive glass, making things happen. They're down just 4 with 3:07 left to go.
And the Ivory Coast's Cedric Lath is a lot more mobile, a lot more fast twitch, and got a better second jump than Jaden Weebly, and that's where Weebly's getting caught having to use his hands a lot more, playing a lot more physical.
Yeah, Cedric Lath, definitely another one of those nice project big men. Has the body that you want for someone at this level. Just got to skill him up a little bit, but he's got plenty of time to focus on that development. Here's Zayden Cross with the ball up top, kicks it to Isaiah Adam. I think we got a travel call on the play. And we've had a number of those in this one. Players shuffling their feet on the catch. Referees aren't letting that slide at all. Nice trap by Royal Crown. Broken by Dynasty. Arnaud Cono takes it back up. Uses the Cedric Lath screen, gets all the way to the rim. Gets it to go. Nice right hand finish by Cono. Nice little touch off the glass over the defender.
I'm loving that change of speed, man. He gets them at about mid-range, freezes them, and then goes again.
Primo comes right back at him. Draws the foul on another strong take and another free throw attempt for him. You know, and as you talked about towards the beginning of the game, Arnaud Conan, one of the better perimeter defenders that we have here in the NPA and really in Canada as a whole. So for Primo to get loose as much as he has and to get to the rim pretty much at will here really shows the work that he's put into his off-the-bounce game.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. That's if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that you were the analyst and I was the play-by-play. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. That's the analyst in you. You just got to get it out.
I'll stick to making the calls.
No,
I'll leave you.
I don't blame you. This is
Okay,
good
yeah.
combo, man. You got it right on the money on that one.
Here's Arnaud. Nice pass to Traore for the two-hand slam. Once again, Arnaud Conan with the peripheral vision drops it off for Abubakar Traore for the big dunk. Here's Weebly working back in the post. Big man move. Can't get it to go. He'll be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. You know, we haven't seen them go back to Weebly since that play where he dominated Gorey.
And I'm convinced that the young generation has no clue how to work with the true postman. The entry passes they don't even look for him. Maybe they spend 1 second on a possession just taking a look, but it never gets to him. Now, especially when he's got such a huge advantage and he wants to body guys, he's been working hard.
Yep.
You got to feed the big man.
And, you know, you got to reward big men for their effort, for running the floor, for the work they do inside. You know, if you don't feed them, you don't give them those touches, sometimes you'll find they'll disengage. Here's Abubakar Traore, nice pump fake, gets it to go. When we talk about feel, we talk about control. He stopped on a dime there.
Yep, really good body control there, getting the defender off of his feet and then going under.
Here's Zayden Cross coming the other way, draws the foul. Can't get it to go. Royal Crown has been in attack mode for these last 2 quarters. Might foul out the whole Dynasty team at this rate. Got a tie ball game here. Minute 32 to go in the third quarter. 2 of the up-and-coming teams we have in the NPA looking to try and improve and fine-tune their games with not a lot of time left between now and championship weekend. Famba kicks it ahead, stolen by Cross. Back to Cross in the corner for 3. Gets it to go. Pure stroke by Zayden Cross. Another tray ball helps extend this lead to 5. Oh, with the handles. Boubacar, no-look pass. Gets in the hands of Gorey, no good. And here's Lassina Traore with the and one. Another offensive rebound by Lassina Traore, making a living in the paint.
And did you see how, oh my gosh,
It's
so
that
fluid, that ball handling, so instinctual to go behind the back as he got 2 defenders coming at him. Abubakar has changed the game as soon as he's checked in.
Yeah, Boubacar really the spark behind this Dynasty run here. Came in, they were down 9. They look like a completely different team with him on the court. Here's Zayden Cross, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Gorey. Boubacar on the right wing. Kicks it to Conan, wide open in the corner for 3. Splash! Big time 3. Arnaud Conan gives Dynasty back the lead. First lead of the second half for Dynasty. 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Primo
Arnaud's proven me wrong. It looks like he can shoot the 3.
Here's Primo up top. Splash. 3 for 3. Trading long distance bombs. 2-point lead for Royal Crown. 5 seconds to go. Here's Traore driving. Draws the foul. No good. Smart play by Abubakar Traore. Did not have a lot of time to get a shot off. Draws the foul on a reaching Jalen Spencer. He has a chance to tie this game up as we're set to head into the fourth.
And it looks like they'll add 1 second to the clock here. before the quarter finishes.
One more free throw to go here with a second on the clock. Boubacar Traore has a chance to cut this to a 1-point lead. Gets it to go. Here we have Cole checking in for the last second to play. Isaiah Adam launches from full court. No good. We've got a back and forth ball game here in Notre Dame High School. Fourth quarter action just around the corner. Stay tuned.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging experience that customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of prints or patterns you really want to try out overall. From there, you pick out what kind of customizations you want to bestow upon these lovely garments, measure you up, and you get to express what you want, tighter, looser, longer, shorter, so everything sits on you as you want. We do everything all in one for you.
We give a 100% made-to-measure product. So it's very sort of individual and very personalized. It's for them. It's their suit.
Seeing them in their final suit just kind of makes it worth it at the end of it, because you spent time with them, and you know, whether they wear suits every day or this is their first suit, it's exciting. Like, you help them build that.
Back and forth ball game between Dynasty and Royal Crown set to continue here as we enter the final frame. A lot of free throws, a lot of three-pointers by both teams. It's been an intense game so far. Let's see how this one's set to finish. Here's Primo from the wing, taking it against Abubakar. Swings it to Isaiah Adam up top. Over to cross. 3 seconds on the clock. Cross for three. No good. Here's Abubakar running the other way. Kick ahead pass. Great find to Famba, who blows the layup. Seems to have rolled his ankle there, but you've got to get that one to go. Here's Royal Crown coming the other way. Jaden Cole has it.
And Arno Conan putting on his best Kellen Tynes impression.
Kicks it ahead to Famba. This time he flushes it. No room for error. Just puts it down. Makes up for the blown layup. Gives Dynasty a 1-point lead.
I don't know if you saw that play here right in front of us as Arno kind of let the ball in between his legs and then picked it up to scoop. That kind of creativity is so innate. You either have it or you don't. And then on top of it, he's got the ball skills and all the in-betweens, man. Arno's going to be a special PG. I keep throwing the word special around today, and it's really for Abubakar and Arno.
You can see the talent oozing in both of them. Looks like we got a push-off foul there by Jaden Weebly. You know, as you point out with that last play with Arno, not a lot of players patient enough. You know, they see the loose ball, they want to grab it right away. Arno knew it was his ball, able to get it in a position where he'd be able to come away with it.
Yep.
Ooh, great crossover there by Abubakar. Behind the back move. threads the needle to Lassina Traore. Hard to deny, special when you see these types of plays that he's making. And here's Isaiah Adam coming the other way. Deflection by Arnaud Canaan. Nice active hands. Lassina Traore coming the other way. Big flush, Lassina Traore. Coach Juval Miles calling for a timeout. He senses the momentum shifting. Dynasty up 3, 8:27 to go. We'll be back after a short break.
Shot, Jordan, no.
Our next stop was Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, stick back jams.
Then we started 2020 in Calgary, Alberta.
Up top. Oh, two-handed alley-oop slam.
Before landing with a bang in Montreal, Quebec. 20,000 kilometers later, our sights are now set on Ottawa, Ontario, where all 12 NPA teams battle for playoff position. The path to NPA Nationals go through our nation's capital. Time is almost up to find out who is the next man up. The NPA started the season on Canada's East Coast in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Big time shot, Jordan, no.
Our next stop was Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, stick back jams.
Then we started 2020 in Calgary, Alberta.
Up top. Oh, two-handed alley-oop slam.
Before landing with a bang in Montreal, Quebec. 20,000 kilometers later.
Royal Crown ball coming out of the timeout. Let's see if they can recapture some momentum here. Here's Abubakar Traore with the steal. Oh, Dylan Gorey had a hard time tracking the ball there. Seemed to think it was coming right at him and stopped running. You know, that was a great defensive effort there. Andrel Cologne and Abubakar Traore combining for that turnover. There's Olembe above the break. He's had a quiet game. Turns it around with the 3-ball, however. Ties it up with just under 8 minutes to go. And here's Olembe with another steal. Big slam, Jasmar Olembe. Showing he's got the ups as he throws it down. Jasmar Olembe, just as I said, he's had a quiet game. Comes back with a quick 4 points. Gives Royal Crown the lead. Another deflection by Royal Crown.
I don't know what coach said to them at the timeout, but this Royal Crown team looks very juiced up right now.
You know, let's see if they can sustain this energy down the stretch here. You know, we've seen it come in waves so far. Big rebound, Dylan Gorey. Over to Abubakar. Great defense by Spencer to contain him on the perimeter. There's Gorey working on the other end. A lot of hands. Jaden Weebly caught with the hand in the cookie jar there. Had his arm across the body of Dylan Gorey as he turned around. It's Galvin Lucetta set to inbound the ball at the baseline. You know, these teams have been trading leads all game. As Isaiah Adams steps out of bounds on the steal.
Good instincts there. You got to give him credit for that.
And you know, this is a situation where Dynasty has found themselves in a lot close game down the stretch. Usually they've ended up on the losing end of these close games. What do you think they have to do to pull away a victory here?
Well, I think they need to learn how to close out games. Anytime that they have leads, they haven't been able to go for the jugular. And that's a big reason. Ooh, ring around the rosy there. Primo, pocket full of Posey going to the line. But yeah, getting back to Dynasty, and this is why there are so many teams that are fearful of playing these guys at Nationals, because they could easily beat you down when you least expect it.
And you think as they get more and more reps in these close games, they'll understand what it takes to finish the job, and at least a few of these guys might develop that killer instinct you spoke about. Good job breaking the press there by Dynasty. Making magic happen. What a play, Abubakar Tagori with the flush. How does he get through these tiny windows? My goodness.
And I am actually messaging the team from Draft Express right now, because they need to know about this guy. They need to get him on their radar and on their list.
Yeah, Draft Express, for those of you that don't know, one of the top NBA draft scouting services out in the world. Nice move by Lassina Traore. Didn't look like he had a plan, but he got it to go. Dynasty continues to gather some momentum here. Up 1 with 6 minutes left in the game. Here's cross the other way, no good. Abubakar Traore coming the other way. Oh, behind the comes away with it, tips it to Gori, who is fouled. Even when he makes a mistake, he has the heart, hustle, and athleticism to come away with it, get it to his man, send him to the line.
He's showing that all of his intangibles are there. Guys who are that good yet are willing to drop and hit the deck, those are quality players.
He's not too good. No, not too proud to go for those types of plays. If the ball's up for grabs, I better believe he's going to be going for it. Another missed free throw. Both teams struggling from the line here today, and they'll be kicking themselves no matter which team ends up losing this one, as free throws definitely costly. 0 for 2 is Dylan Gori. Wipes out the momentum saved by Traore on that last play. It's Primo coming the other way. Nice little shake and bake left-hand drive. No good, but once again, Primo draws enough contact to get himself sent to the free throw line for 2. And we've got the maestro, Arnaud Conan, checking back in for Dynasty and for Matthew Colombo. First one's good for Primo, ties the game up at 67. Ooh, misses the second, just rattles out. Gori comes away with the rebound. Oh, nice fake pass to Lassina Traore, can't get it to go.
The creativity from Abubakar Traore has been spectacular. This is what an NBA prospect looks like. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Traore here. Special talent.
He has all on the fly, catches the ball in the air, fakes it to one man, and passes it to the other before he even hits the ground. Instincts, my goodness, that was impressive.
And he's playing for his family, man. He's told his teammates, hey, this is bigger than me and you. I'm out here representing for my family. I got to make it.
Story one of the Dynasty coaches told me back in Montreal. Abubakar Traore has actually never played on a hardwood court before moving up to Canada in early February. Here's Jasmar with the big pull-up in the mid-range, gives Royal Crown a 2-point lead. But for him to play in those types of conditions and develop the game that he has already shows the sky really is the limit as he gets put into an environment where there's more opportunity to develop and focus on your game. So we had a jump ball called. Ref's talking it over.
hasn't been, there was a drop. 502 on the game clock. Write it down for you.
Dynasty ball here with the jump ball called. Royal Crown carrying a narrow 2-point lead in what's been an exciting game, an exciting second half. Here's Dylan Gorey, good patience there, comes down with it, back up for the 2. We got ourselves a tie game. Good crossover by Primo, weaving through the lane. Woo, a little bit of English on that layup. My goodness, what a soft touch by Primo. Just enough spin to get that one to rattle in. And here's Conan with the travel on the other end.
Yep, he shuffled his feet on that scissor.
But Josh Primo showing off the handle, weaving through the Dynasty defense. Nice acrobatic finish there. Give Royal Crown its lead back. Here's Jasmar back to Josh Primo. Jasmar on the wing, fakes the 3. Good patience, spins left. Draws the contact, and one! Jasmar Olembe. And looks like he's just called for a technical foul. You cannot give up points like that in this type of game. Gets the and one to go. Called for taunting. Let the defender know what he just did. But the scoreboard already told that story. Costly technical foul there. Looks like the free throws cancel each other out. Definitely not a play or not a call you see too often. The referee saying the one-shot penalties on each side cancel out. Cancel out, ends up being Dynasty ball. Here's Arnaud Conan driving, stolen by Jasmar. Pushing the other way, here's Spencer, back to Jasmar. Oh, blocked shot. Looked like the defender got a piece there as Jasmar tried to throw it down. Ball goes back to Royal Crown. 3 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in this one. Here's Colombo driving baseline, deflected by Cole in the hands of Traore. Abubakar with the rebound, back up, gets it to go. Abubakar Traore, fingerprints all over the second half comeback here. The second he checked back into the game for Dynasty, they look like a completely different squad.
That's a guy that can impact the game in a heartbeat, man. He doesn't need a lot to get him going. He can come off the bench and be effective right off the jump.
And, you know, part of it's him making big plays, but part of it's also him energizing the rest of his team. Really an electrifying guy.
And you can see, Mikius, that his teammates are really starting to trust him. They're starting to look for him as a leader. Now, obviously, ball handling responsibilities largely in the hands of Arnaud Conan, but Abubakar Traore is somebody that they're starting to really trust.
Yeah, and we saw in Montreal, as electrifying as Traore was, there was a bit of an adjustment period for the two main ball handlers before him in Mfamba and Conan. But now it seems they've all settled into their roles nicely as Adam steals it, goes up, and he's fouled. Doesn't get it to go, but sent to the line. Excellent defense there by Isaiah Adam, sniping that pass out of midair, going the other way, getting fouled on the take. Looks like Malik Andral Cologne fouls out for Dynasty. Arnaud Conan back in. First free throw good for Adam. something that really stands out in this one is Coach Miles does not want to walk away from this game unless his team is victorious. He's fired up, and it seems to be transferring over to his players as he tries to keep their energy high as they try and hold on to this one. No good on the second free throw. Royal Crown lead 3 points. Just over 3 minutes to go. There's Abubakar back to Arnaud as they reset. And we got another travel call on the play. Arnaud Conan's got to stay focused on those catches. Too many steps before the dribble once again for Arnaud. There's Isaiah Adam bringing it up the court. Back to Primo.
And they've really zeroed in on Primo here. They're not giving him any space to operate, keeping him far off of the three-point line and finding their checks early.
Hey, noticing with Primo, everything for him coming inside. But Isaiah Adam bringing it from outside there. Corner three extends the lead up to 6. Ooh, nice handle by Traore. Stolen by Isaiah Adam. Back the other way. Here's Jasmar. Two-hand block, Traore. And we got a foul call on the play. Looked like Abubakar almost touched the top of the backboard on that one. My goodness, his hops are in. It's like Josh Primo asking for the replay there. Says that was a goaltend. But referee saying there was contact and no goaltend on the play. Jasmar sent to the line for 2. First one good to go. We've got our own replay crew here. Looks like that was not a goaltend. Nice take by Kono. Oh, bounces out. Rebound, Lassina Traore. Who else? But can't get it to go. You know, for all the good you see from Lassina Traore, he has a knack for that offensive rebound. His touch and finishing ability around the rim still needs some work.
Everyone's a project at this level. Long way to go here. And Traore will be returning for one more year.
Here's Primo attacking. Good active hands by Conan to knock it loose. Cole recovers. 3 seconds on the shot clock here. Jaden Cole for 3. Just short. Spencer saves the ball out to Primo. Excellent hustle by Spencer. Primo for 3. Oh, rattles out. But another offensive rebound. This one by Isaiah Adam.
And this is their third opportunity here. They've used up 1 full shot clock and 2 resets.
And you know, with an 8-point lead, 1:20 to go. No good. Another foul. Primo back to the free throw line. I've really been impressed. As you mentioned, Dynasty doing everything they can to take away that 3-point shot for Primo. But here he is just attacking and attacking, drawing so many fouls and earning these points from the stripe.
Coach, is there a towel? No towel? Thank you, miss.
Looks like we got a wet spot on the floor here.
Sorry.
First one good. Primo doing a lot better job from the free throw line here in the second half. Hitting these ones at a high clip. Second one good as well. Extend this lead out to 10. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go. Dynasty timeout. We'll be back to wrap up this game.
Golden Dough, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love. We make it fresh. It's very healthy for an athlete to come in to have a nice meal. Sitting around back home, like when you order a big plate or like a small plate, they like to share. A lot of family come together, they sit together. So this is what kind of makes it a family restaurant. Back in the day, my grandpa used to be a baker and he used to run a restaurant, so it's pretty much in my blood. Anybody that comes in will feel like into a family business. Come to Golden Door in Mississauga, be part of the family. Golden Door, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love. We make it fresh. It's very healthy for an athlete to come in to have a nice meal. Sitting around back home, like when you order a big plate or like a small plate, they like to share. A lot of family come together, they sit together. So this is what kind of makes it a family restaurant. Back in the day, my grandpa used to be a baker and he used to run a restaurant, so it's pretty much in my blood. Anybody that comes in will feel like into a family business. Come to Golden Door in Mississauga, be part of the family. Golden Door, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love.
Jasmar Olembe of Royal Crown really has been the man for them in this fourth quarter. Had a quiet first 3 quarters in this game, but stepped up just as Dynasty was starting to get momentum.
Quick turnover here for Dynasty. It's going to go back to Royal Crown.
It's like Abubakar carried as he kind of lost control of the ball there. And, you know, speaking of guys that stepped up down the stretch here, a lot of credit to that man, Abubakar Traore, for coming off. As you pointed out, he was benched for disciplinary reasons. Came out with a bang once he got back onto the court. At 55 seconds to play here, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Primo way downtown, no good. And another offensive rebound by another key piece in this comeback, Isaiah Adam. Great drive, can't get it to go. Strong rebound by Lucina Traore. Near Cedric Latz with the ball, and looked like another turnover. We spoke
another careless possession.
Remember, only a few minutes ago it was a tie game, and you said Dynasty has to learn to close out ball games. They've done far from that in this one.
A lot of unforced turnovers here for Royal Crown, and that's for Dynasty, and that's what's killed them. That's what's given Royal Crown opportunities to maximize. Here's another. Oh,
what a rebound, Boubacar. Weaving through the court. Over to Lath. Ooh. Looks like they called that a blocking foul on Josh Primo. Took a hit from the big man, Cedric Lath.
And there's not going to be any miracles here. This one's as good as done. In the bag for Royal Crown Academy.
Royal Crown, strong start to this Ottawa session. Looking like a completely different team, not only in terms of, you know, their production, but just their energy on the court. You know, they seem to be having more fun out there. They seem to be moving more as a unit. And, you know, as we've been saying all weekend, peaking at the right time here. Championship just around the corner. Royal Crown just going to drain the clock here, dribble it out. We've got another big ball game ahead of us, game 5 of day 4. Big matchup between Thetford and London Basketball Academy, kicking off in about maybe 10-15 minutes or so. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break.